telling your story powerfully. Learn how you can quickly create deep connections with people. Welcome to Funderway. You're watching this content-rich video because you want to get your project funded. The fourth step is to use storytelling. Why are stories important in selling your idea? For many reasons. As young children, our parents read to us stories. Stories kept us engaged, and we learned about the world through stories. So we are conditioned to listen to stories. Stories, when told, engage both sides of the brain. The analytical side, left brain, and the emotional side, the right brain. When people hear stories, they tend to lower their resistance. They might think to themselves, the person is just telling me a story. But the story will make selling points. Types of stories. There are several types of stories which you can use to create deep connections with people. Individual sales professional story or your story, the company story, and a key product or service story. Let's focus now on your story. Your story must engage your readers. For many projects, you are literally the face of the organization. Your story should build trust, rapport, and confidence. The company story. The company story is also very powerful. In some situations, the company story is different from the founder story. In many instances, there is a compelling story to the founder or founding of the company. Even if the company is very mature and even global in nature, the company story is still very important. Let's use an example from Mary Kay. Mary Kay's story is a classic example of the power of the story that is essential to the very identity of the business. When Mary Kay began, it was just her story when she was selling her beauty products door to door. As the company grew, Mary Kay was in a leadership role. The new Mary Kay sales representatives have both their story about why they got started in the business, and they can also tell the story about Mary Kay. A story about the company's founder and the company's vision can be a very powerful asset for your company. A key product or service story. Stories about key products or services are also important. Perhaps how the product or service was invented. Think about the story of Velcro. The inventor was walking his dog in the fields one day and had trouble removing the burrs from his clothes. The inventor looked under the microscope at the structure of the burrs and thought he could invent a product that could duplicate the results. He spent years perfecting his idea. The story is still relevant and powerful today, years after the product was released. That is the power of stories because they retain their relevancy and effectiveness for years and even decades. I'm John Kurth. If you really want to stand out on a crowdfunding site, be sure to watch my next video. Who else wants people to donate to their project? Benefit language and how to get people to eagerly donate to your project.